Hi, my name is Amanda Hollygrace Peter, matrix number BP191604669, and today I will present about my teaching material for the subject Teaching Reading Skills. My teaching material is created specifically for Form 3 students with low to intermediate level of proficiency in English. The lesson topic for my teaching material will be about organic food, and there will be 3 reading stages that can be found in my teaching material, which is pre-reading, while reading, and post-reading. In the before reading stages, student will be given 3 questions which teacher will ask before the lesson to familiarize students with the topic of the lessons and may activate or recall some prior knowledge. In the while reading stages, there is 2 activities that can be found in the teaching material. Number 1, which is reading comprehension, and number 2, which is a vocabulary practice. In the reading comprehension section, student will be answering multiple choices questions about the passage that is given there, and in the vocabulary practice, student will match the word that is given in the box and match the words to their definitions. In the post-reading activity, there is 2 activities given there, which is number 1, reviewing, which is a true or false questions about the passage, and number 2, which is summarizing. Students are given the time to summarize what is important and what is interesting to them from the passage. So the types of comprehension that can be found in my teaching material, there is 3. Number 1, which is literal comprehension, where we can find it in the while reading and post-reading stages, where the questions are quite straightforward from the text. Next is inference comprehension, which we can found in the while reading stages in activity number 2, which is vocabulary practice, where students will match the words given in the box with their definition. And lastly will be personal response, which can be found in the before, which is pre-reading stages, where student will give their feedback and discuss with their partner what they think about the questions. And it also can be found in the post-reading stages, where student will summarize what is interesting and what is important to them from the passage. There are 3 types of form of questions in my teaching material. Number 1 is true or false in the post-reading section in activity number 1, which is reviewing. And number 2 is multiple choices that can be seen in the while reading stages in the reading comprehension section. And number 3 is fill in the blanks, where it can be found in the vocabulary practice section in the while reading stages. So how do I demonstrate using this teaching material? I will demonstrate it using a lesson plan. There is induction set, presentation set, practice, productions, and also closure. In the induction set, teacher will greet the students and ask them about the before reading questions, and ask them to predict what is the topic of the lesson. So in the presentation set, the teacher will guide the students to read the passage. They ask them whether the students have any questions about unfamiliar words, and then a teacher will give the definitions or guide the students to understand the unfamiliar words. Moving on to the practice sections, teacher will brief the students about the teaching material, which is the exercises, the 2 exercises in the while reading stages, reading comprehensions and vocabulary practice, and ask them to answer the questions. And then moving on to the production section, where teacher will discuss the answer with the students, ask the students throughout the discussion as they go one questions to another, and after that the teacher will brief the students to the post reading activity, and then ask them to answer the questions in the review part, and get them some time to prepare their summary for the lesson topic, which they found in the passage, which part of the passage is interesting and important to them. So for the closure, the teacher will ask the student to share some students to share their summary in the class, then summarize the whole lessons, then dismiss the class. So what are the challenges that I have faced during creating? In the process of creating this teaching material, I have found two difficulties, which is number one, I am lacking the basic knowledge of material development, and number two is the confusion that has happened a few times during the stages of developing this teaching material, which is whether the media that I've chosen is suitable for the targeted students and their level of proficiency. So that is the two challenges that I found throughout creating this teaching material. So for my opinion, what improvement that can be done in my teaching material is visual aids can be added to the teaching material, as such as flashcards and videos and audio, especially for the target students that I've chosen and their level of proficiency. For my opinion, I think visualizations about the topic can help them have a better understanding of the topic. And for the audio, some students, I believe, could recognize the word by listening to it. They could understand it, but when it is written on a paper, they may not know how it is spelled out. And another thing is that they can listen to the pronunciation of the word, which can help them understand better about the word, and they can use it in their daily life. As for flashcards, same as the visual aid, it can help students to understand more, especially for lower proficiency. They can see the pictures and understand what is organic foods, as for my topic of lesson. So what is organic food? There could be flashcards about the vegetables and of the other complex words that can be found in the teaching material. All in all, as a conclusion, I have found constructing this teaching material is fun but also challenging at the same time, and I hope that this teaching material will help the target students in helping their comprehension in English. That is all from me. Thank you.